VFS wants you to maximize the benefit you gain from integrating our service and software into your business operations. This video provides tips and techniques that VFS has learned over the years and believe will help enable you to be successful at managing your fleet through the utilization of our application. There are 10 topics that we're going to cover in this video. They include general suggestions of implementation, 3 ways the system is used, specific needs of large fleets, don't hide GPS tracking from your drivers, benefits of telling employees about GPS fleet tracking, driver policy meeting recommendations, driver monitoring program, potential insurance benefits, pausing, activating, or deactivating an account or devices, and finally, support options. Let's go over some general suggestions for implementation. Although we pride ourselves on the ease of use of our software, we understand that the integration of any technology can be somewhat intimidating. Rest assured that no client we work with uses all features. We've even been told by clients that while effective, they feel that they should be using it more. It's quite common with feature-rich software, so don't become overwhelmed. Most clients have 2 to 3 issues that affect their bottom line, and they should use our software to address those needs first. We think this is a great way to make a significant and relatively quick impact on your business. We suggest looking at the data trends of your entire fleet instead of specific situations, unless the severity of the incident is something that dictates action. For instance, instead of holding a meeting with an employee when they idle one time for a 30-minute event, looking at their overall idle time for the week or even month. At the same time, if you find one employee using their vehicle on a Saturday night to go to a bar, that calls for an immediate action. In order to determine if the software is beneficial, it's important to ensure that there are specific metrics and goals of what you're considering a successful solution and what problems you're trying to solve. Once an issue is under control, move on to another issue for a certain amount of time to get that issue under control as well. Easing into the system like this allows you to utilize the software in the capacity that is most relevant to your business without overwhelming you or your resources. Our system should not require more than an hour or 2 of your time per week, depending on report verification needs and fleet size. For initial setup, you can view the video in our support tab, how to set up your VFS account. After initial account setup is complete, most people choose one of 3 ways to use our system. Let's cover those 3 ways. The first would be to set up alerts, and there are 7 of these, sent to either an email or a cell phone. This provides live, real-time event information of your vehicles. These can be sent to either the owner or the supervisor, the manager of the fleet, or whoever would be most appropriate to receive this information. Once these are set up, they're set it and forget it. The second way is by using our report suite. This allows you to create automated reports. You determine what report you want and the frequency of when you want them sent, daily, weekly, or monthly. These reports are also set it and forget it once created. Should you find an anomaly, you can log into the system and get more information using our on-demand reports. You're able to drill down into specific vehicles and specific events. You're even able to see visually where events took place, even turn on Google's Street View for many locations to get even more specific information. The third way is to log in and view your vehicles live on the platform to see their current locations. Many companies assign this responsibility to the person responsible for dispatch or the main customer service department. This would also be used in conjunction with our dispatch tool. This allows you to know where the vehicles are throughout the day and what they're currently doing. You may be saying to yourself, "These are great, but I'm a large fleet. How does this support my needs?" While VFS is a great tool for companies of any size, there are certain features that were designed with the specific needs of large fleets in mind. Some of these features that VFS provides for large fleets include easy-to-use search features, group segmentation capability, custom software access permission levels, as well as mass action commands. We've created a manager/supervisor template to be used for vertical management as well as a video labeled utilization of VFS for large fleets in support of large fleets. Both of these assets can be accessed through our support tab on the system. Now that you're comfortable with the application itself, let's talk another important area of successful fleet management, telling your drivers. Let's first discuss why you shouldn't hide GPS tracking from your drivers. You can't change the past. All it can do is drive you crazy, so instead focus on the here and after. You can't hold someone responsible for an action that happened before a policy was implemented. We suggest being candid with your drivers about this and saying something to the effect of, "No matter what happened before, as of right now." Another point is that you'll eventually need to use the information anyway. Whether it's to correct a specific problem or address a trend, the driver should know that you're monitoring him. The software loses much of its value if the driver is unaware of it being used. If they aren't told of its use, an employee may respond when caught doing something that you may not have wanted him to do by saying, "It was my first time, you never told me I couldn't do that, you singled me out," or "You didn't trust or respect me." It's important to know that a baseline can easily be established by documenting the change in behavior and/or productivity. For example, overtime payroll decreased, or more stops are completed. There are many benefits to telling your employees about GPS fleet tracking. No employee can feel singled out. If a program is applicable to the entire fleet, then there's no way they can say that they're being singled out. All employees feel respected by proactive communication. All drivers will have clear, specific policies, and if there's an infraction, you'll never hear the words, "You never told me." When telling your drivers about GPS tracking, pushback may be indicative of a guilty conscience. If your employees have nothing to hide, then they should not be concerned. As for those with something to hide, do you really want them driving your vehicles? We have often seen that the drivers that are the most adamant against the implementation of GPS fleet tracking are the ones that are not doing their job as they're supposed to. Measures that drastically increase efficiency may not be popular with those that aren't doing their job as required, but as you're paying them to use your vehicle, it's only reasonable that you have some means of tracking their activity. On the other hand, those employees doing their job correctly often welcome the tracking as a great equalizer tool, knowing that everyone will now be working as hard as they are. By making clear intentions, you take the pressure off the company to watch employees at all times and creates an automatic scenario where an employee will want to avoid clear consequences. VFS recommends you have a team meeting to discuss the implementation of GPS tracking. Here are some recommendations for a driver policy meeting. Have a team meeting with your entire fleet together so that no driver feels singled out. Explain how GPS tracking benefits both the company and the drivers. You want to change the perception from Big Brother to one of real value to your fleet and the company. We suggest that you have this meeting annually and with new drivers as they come on board. It's a best practice to have written policies and procedures. To make this easier for you, we've created a driver policy and procedures template that may help you craft this easier than it would be starting from scratch. Each employee will sign a driver policy manual to keep a tangible record of their agreement to abide by policies and consequences if they don't adhere to those that you define. If you decide to implement a reward or incentive program, go over that in the meeting as well. While it's completely your decision to implement such a program, we've seen successful fleet managers implement employee incentives to reward drivers for things that directly improve the company's bottom line. Implementing a program such as this allows drivers to help the company achieve its goals. Another way that fleet managers have been able to take the pressure off themselves is by taking advantage of our driver monitoring program. Simply put, a bumper sticker is fixed to a vehicle with a manager's phone number and the message, "How's my driving?" This adds a layer of social accountability. The bumper stickers are provided free of charge from VFS and integrates with your current system. No additional software is needed, and there's no additional cost. For more information about the program, please see the video labeled Driver Monitoring Program or contact our support team for more information. We're often asked by fleet managers if the integration of these programs allow them to be eligible for an insurance discount. In many situations, that is possible. VFS has seen companies save as much as 20% on their premiums. There are two main reasons for the savings. First, there's a much higher recovery rate if a vehicle is stolen. Secondly, drivers have fewer accidents because they know their driving is being monitored and practice better driving habits. This translates into smaller insurance claims, thus lower premiums. To see what discounts you may be eligible for, you have to talk to your insurance provider because insurance policies regarding this vary by provider. Even if they don't have a specific discount for fleet tracking, they may have an area deemed discretionary where they provide you with a discount. VFS prides itself on having an extremely high retention rate, especially given the fact that we never ask you to sign a contract. We believe that we have to earn your business every month. If for any reason you feel that VFS is not providing the solution to your problem, we ask that you contact us to discuss if there's perhaps a better way to utilize our software. At the end of the day, we want you to be successful and believe our service to you is valuable to your organization. Often, we have seasonal clients that are very happy with ROI, but their fleets are inactive during certain time periods, so we give them the option to pause their account. We have the ability to pause your account until a date specified by you if that's the case. If you've taken advantage of the risk-free trial and decide that our solution isn't for you, then please contact us to cancel the account. We'll send a cancellation form to you, no questions asked. If we receive the devices and the form back within that 30-day window, there will not be any charge and we'll refund your money. Please note that there's not a refund for accounts past 30 days or for device swaps. For additional support, we provide many options for obtaining real-time assistance. We offer a full knowledge library to search for specific topics, detailed training videos for each section of our software, as well as comprehensive high-level topical videos. We even offer the ability to open a case, which allows both of us to track and keep a history of whatever issue you're dealing with. Plus, we'll respond within 60 minutes during business hours or by 10 a.m. the following business morning if outside of that time frame. Of course, you can call us at 1-800-746-5170 during regular business hours if you'd like to talk with someone immediately.